Wait, how can I forget? Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl NiNi back again with another video. So guys, this is just going to be a talk video, a little girl talk. As you can see from the title, I'm going to be talking about tips on how to fix an argument with your significant other. Yeah, I've had such a busy day. I've already had a meeting at work, rushed around somewhere. Listen, I've done so much already, and ideally I'm wanting to do a Halloween look, which I'm getting to. Hopefully I'll post that next week. Ideally that's what I wanted to do, but yeah, I couldn't, and my days just got busy. I film my videos in the afternoon when my eldest goes to school and my youngest naps, so really didn't have time. By the time I got home, really didn't have time to do any of it. Anyways, moving on. As you can see from the title, like I said, I'm going to be talking about tips. These are just tips that I personally think, or you know, my friends have done or have advised sometimes to me, and this and that, and you know, whatever. So it's just my own, what I think, or what I've seen from friends and whatever on how to fix an argument. So yeah, if you want to know how to do that, if sometimes you get a little bit stressed and you don't know how to fix an argument with your significant other, or you've tried all the things and you want to try something different, please continue to watch the rest of this video. And if you haven't already done so, guys, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, because you know those likes, those comments and those subscriptions really help my YouTube channel to grow. So please don't forget to do that, and let's get straight into the video. So tip number 1, acknowledge your role in the argument. Like, I can't express how annoying it is when you have an argument. Now, obviously I'm referring to my husband, but I literally cannot I can't express how annoying it is when you have an argument with someone and they cannot acknowledge what they've done wrong. And you know that saying, wrong and strong, like they just can't admit it, or they know what they've done is wrong, but they kind of just want to stick with that. They don't want to go back and admit that they've done wrong. So just, you've got to acknowledge your mistake in the argument, or your involvement in the argument, your role in the argument, and you've got to kind of just accept that, which then brings me to tip 2. Tip 2 is to apologize. If you know you've done wrong, apologize for what you have done. Don't just sit there and, like I said, be wrong and strong, because that's not going to actually get you anywhere. It's just going to continue an argument. And if you know that your partner is right and you know you're wrong, I'm not going to lie, I'm kind of a culprit of that. Sometimes if I've done something wrong, I will be wrong and strong. Like, I'm quite stubborn. I don't like to apologize. Sometimes I like things my way. As my husband would probably say, majority of the time I like things my way. Like, if I've done something wrong, like so blatantly done something wrong, I will apologize about it. But if I feel like there was wrong on both parts, I'm not willing to just apologize and be like, you know what, because that means I'm taking the blame on me. So at that point, majority of the times, like, arguments will continue. But it's not the right way. Like, if you know you're wrong, just apologize. Like, even if you feel like you're the only person apologizing, but it wasn't all on you, apologize and try to just make it work, because what's the point of continuing to argue with someone that you care about and someone that you love? Just apologize. And those first 2 things usually end an argument. That usually ends an argument. Wow, it's gotten so bright. Usually that will basically just end the argument and you guys are good to go. But if you guys are in like deeper arguments and it's something big and you feel like, gee, that's not working, let's continue. Tip number 3, write a love letter. If you feel like the argument is so bad and you feel like your partner is really not just taking the apology and you really upset your partner, why don't you just write a love letter? Put down all your emotions on paper and give it to your partner. Mention things that made you guys fall in love with each other in the first place. Talk about things that made you guys happy. Talk about memories. Just put really special things in that love letter and give it to your partner, reminding them of why you guys fell in love, or bringing up memories that made you guys smile, or made you guys laugh, or were just special memories, will help them kind of go back to that happy place and help them hopefully not forget the argument, but kind of just get over it in a sense and move on, rather than harboring hate or the feelings that they're still feeling in that moment. So I feel like that's something that can really help settle or completely dead an argument. Tip number 4, buy surprise gifts. So if you've done something wrong, guys, this is for you. If you've done something wrong, flowers, go and get flowers. I mean, unless your partner really doesn't like flowers, like go and get some flowers, a box of chocolate, a card just apologizing, or a little note just apologizing. It's the thought that counts. It's not about, oh, but it's just flowers and it's just chocolate. That's not the point. The point is you've gone out of your way to go and get something because you are sorry for what you have done. If you're the one that's in the wrong, you're sorry for what you have done. So you have gone out of your way to go and get these items to give to your partner, to apologize. Ladies, don't think that you're out of this as well. If you've done something wrong, go and get something that your partner likes. Like, my husband loves chocolate, so if I've done something wrong, I'll go and buy him some chocolate. And he likes gaming, or whatever, like just whatever your partners like, go and get it. It doesn't have to be the most expensive thing. It's the thought that counts, that you've gone out of your way to go and get something for your partner and you've gifted it to them, kind of like a peace offering to say sorry for upsetting them. So tip number 4, that is important, guys, because that really helps. Everyone likes to be spoiled now and then, and unfortunately if you have to spoil them after an argument, you might get told, you know what, you're bribing me now, you trying to butter me up now. Like, no, I'm just trying to fix the argument, but it shows that you made effort. Do you get it? Tip number 5, cook dinner. Cook dinner. I don't care, guys, girls, whoever, cook dinner. It's so nice to sit down and actually just have a chit chat with your partner, just you guys. But if you've got kids, put the kids down. If you get time, cook dinner for each other. Like, my husband and I love having our dinners together. We don't really have all the time in the world with his job and with my job, and obviously we've got 2 kids, so we don't get all the time in the world. So we do try. We have dinner together every night, don't get me wrong, but we try at least 2 or 3 times in the month where we can put the girls down early, kind of sort everything out, music in the background, sit down at the dining table and sit together and just have a chat and have a nice romantic sort of dinner. Obviously we'll do it more often if we can, but if not, with the way that our lives work, we try and do it. But yeah, when you have an argument, like, once you've kind of apologized, acknowledged, done whatever other steps, because you don't want to just cook dinner and then the person's like, I'm not hungry, I don't want to eat what you've cooked for me because you might be trying to poison me. Try and fix things somewhat and then cook dinner to show that you're making effort. Do you get me? So that's why it's tip number 5 and not tip number 1. But yeah, cook dinner. That's something that is so simple. It doesn't even have to be like the most extravagant thing. Just whatever your partner likes. Like me, I love ribs. Guys, if you give me ribs, I'll eat it. Like, I love it. I love ribs. I love coleslaw with chunky chips and things like that. So my husband knows, like, I don't expect anything extravagant or whatever. Like, when we go out to eat, it's nice to go out to eat. But like, if you want to fix an argument with me or whatever, just give me what I like to eat. It could be the simplest thing. Buy me takeaway. Like, give me what I like to eat. But yeah, cooking just shows that you've gone out of your way that little bit and you've done something special. Lay at the table nicely or whatever. So yeah, cook. Number 6, express how you feel. If you are the person on the receiving end and you haven't done anything wrong, express to your partner how you feel. Express how they have made you feel, what they've said, whether it was their tone, whether it was whatever. Because sometimes in an argument, the opposite person genuinely can't see what they have done, or the reason why they're not acknowledging it is because they don't think what they've done is wrong. But sometimes if you break it down for that person and you say to them, look, it wasn't what you said, it was your tone, or it wasn't, it wasn't how you said it. Is that the same thing? It was your aggression. But yeah, you get what I'm saying. Like, express how you feel, how that person made you feel at that time, whether that person your partner made you feel so small at that time, whether it brought back memories from the past, whether they were just aggressive about it, whatever. Just express how you feel. Same thing if you feel like you've done something wrong and you're the person apologizing or whatever. I'm not saying this like think of excuses or whatever, but if you feel like something angered you to a certain point, it's not right for the way you acted or whatever, but if you feel like something made you act a certain way, calmly sit down with your partner and be like, look, you know, you did such and such, and that really hit a nerve because of, I don't know, the past or whatever, and that's why I reacted the way I did. It's not an excuse, you know, I'm sorry, blah, blah. But until you guys don't express to each other how you guys feel or how things are making you feel, no one's gonna know. And then this is just gonna keep happening over and over again. Whereas if you let your partner know, then in the future they would be, well, you're hoping they would be more mindful on how they say certain things or whatever it was that triggered you. They will kind of avoid doing that in the future unless they really want to piss you off. Like, my husband knows my trigger points, and if he really wants to wind me up, he will hit those trigger points and he will know that it's going to wind me up. So you've got to be mindful on how much you tell them as well, because, you know, some people might just use that against you. Number 7, don't ever go to bed angry. Guys, I can't express this enough. The amount of times that I have gone to bed angry, yeah, and I've woke up in such a foul mood. I've woke up in the worst mood ever. Like, I could be pissed the night before, but if I go to bed angry, I've woke up the next day like I want to burn the whole place down. Like, don't ever go to bed angry. Anything can happen. Life is so short. God forbid, anything can happen to anyone at any point, and the last thing you want is you've had an argument with someone, you've gone to bed angry, or you've let them go to bed angry, and something happens. You will regret that for the rest of your life, and then that's something that you have to live with. And on top of that, why would you want your partner or someone that you love to go to bed angry? Like, that's the last thing you want to do, is knowing that your partner is crying their eyes out or is upset or is angry or whatever, and they're going to bed. Like, you don't need that stress, you don't need that hassle, you don't need to age that. So don't go to bed angry, guys, because it's just not worth it. It's like, nobody is worth that much stress. Do you get it? Number 8, learn how to forgive, guys. This is a bit rich coming from me, because this took me such a long time. I was one of those people that I found it really hard to forgive people with things that I've been through in my life and stuff. Like, I find it so hard to forgive people. I'm one of those people, do you know what, I'm not going to forgive, I'm not going to forget, and blah, blah, blah. But this took me a long time to kind of get to. But it's only better for your own sanity. Learn to forgive people. You don't have to forget. You don't have to forget. You don't have to continue speaking to that person or whatever. I'm talking about like other people. But learn to forgive. Like, obviously with your partner, if you're planning on staying with that person, you don't want to harbour any hate. You don't want things to continue. If you can't forgive and you can't move past something, it's something that's going to keep coming up, and that's going to cause even more problems in your relationship. So there's no point saying to your partner, you know what, everything's cool, don't worry about it. If you can't forgive, that is going to keep building up inside of you. Your blood's still gonna boil, you're still gonna get angry over it. Or if you have another argument, you're gonna have a go at your partner again about the same thing or whatever. Learn to forgive. If it's something that you can move past, you need to forgive it, you need to forget it, because carrying it on will just break your relationship. So forgiveness is a big thing in relationships. And last tip, guys, think about how you will deal with a situation in the future. So if you guys have had an argument, you've effing blind and shouted at each other, think about how you will deal with it in the future. Think, like, for example, walk away. Like, don't argue. If one person is screaming and shouting, why don't you be the bigger person and walk away? Just let that person calm down. Let that person kind of have their moment. You don't have to always be the person that wins the argument. Like, I tell my husband this all the time. Me and my husband are both so stubborn. Like, if I say something, he will say something. Like, we're both wanting the last word. But I say, and I give this advice to my husband all the time: learn to walk away. Let me win sometimes. Like, let me just be childish and let me have that win that one time. Like, what is your problem? But walking away sometimes is like the biggest thing you can do, is because you're not digging a bigger grave for yourself. You're not antagonizing the person even more. Like, just walk away from the situation if you have to. Let that person vent. You know, if you're the person that's wrong and you're the person that's done something, let that person vent. And, you know, whatever, that's something just to think about. Like, you know, if I'm wrong, let me just not say anything. Let that person have their moment, scream and shout. When they've done what they've done, walk away. Sometimes that doesn't always work. Obviously, think in the future, how can I end the argument? Like, sometimes when my husband and I have arguments, like, I want him to walk away and just leave me alone. But then sometimes I just want him to, like, grab me and just tell me to stop. Like, not grab me, but as in like just cuddle me and just be like, just stop, just leave it. My husband's gonna laugh at that because I give him this advice all the time, and he always says, every time I try and cuddle you, you push me away. He's like, your advice doesn't even work. It does. It does. You've just got to know when to give me a hug and when to actually walk away. But yeah, think about how you would deal with an argument in the future. Like, once everything's happened and everything's sorted or not sorted, whatever, sit down and actually think to yourself, how could I have dealt with that better? How could I avoid, you know, this happening again in the future? Or if it does happen again, how could I kind of just get myself out of that situation? Or how can I not piss him or her off even more? Or, do you get what I'm saying? So that's what you need to think about, is the future and how to avoid things like this in the future. Right guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope the tips that I have given today really help someone, or, you know, at least try it, give it a go. Like, there's no harm, because the last thing you want, and I've said this before, is having arguments with your significant other. And if you guys, especially if you're like living together, or even if you're not living together, like the person that you love or the person that cares for you, whatever, that's the last thing you want, is having arguments with your partners. So that is the, oh guys, wait, hold up, oh my god, wait, how can I forget? How can I forget? Come on guys, like, one of the most important tips as well, I'm sorry, I know my mum watches my videos, so I'm so sorry mum, but yeah, close your ears. But yeah, how can I forget this tip guys? Oh my god, so hang on, the last tip guys, the last tip, like another way to fix an argument guys, majority of the time with people and couples and whatever, like, get beaten, like, get beaten. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, like, come on, have sex. That's how. That's another way that you can actually fix an argument with your partner. Sometimes that is the best as well after an argument. So yeah, moving on. Thank you so much for watching. I hope these tips help, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like I said, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe guys, because those likes, those comments and those subscriptions really help my YouTube channel to grow. I really hope you guys enjoyed the video. If there's any advice that you guys would like to give, please leave that in the comment section below, because I always need some advice. Me and my big mouth sometimes gets me in a lot of trouble with my husband. So any tips of how you guys would fix your argument, please let me know in the comment section below, because I would love to know how other people deal with their situations. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.